All right, welcome, kings and queens. Happy Wednesday night. Listen, give me a one in the chat. I'm ready just to jump right in there. I don't have a lot of time to waste. I think we're all coming in hot. I'm coming in hot tonight, and I really don't want to waste a lot of time. I want you to be able to play off of that energy that you walked in here with. As long as you can hear me, I'm coming in good. We're gonna go over some housekeeping items. Thank you, Lady Hustle Net, somebody's mama. Everything Everyday podcast. I see you, Tenacious T, Monica. Truly T, Terry Baby Davis, I see you. I think I said that wrong, but you know what I mean. Here I'm more Rosa C. I see you, I see you, I see you. We're about to get down to business. First of all, YouTube played the hell out of me tonight. And I think it was God calling me off. I think God says, sit down somewhere, girl. I had a whole 51-minute video ready to go, teed up, rolled it out, and it only gave y'all 1 minute and 22 seconds. And baby, I went back and I tried to figure out the technicalities, the eras. And then I said, fuck it. Let's just go live. Let's just go live because everybody's up, everybody's ready to talk, everybody's heated. Let's just go live and turn this mother out. There's a lot of going on in YouTube. Okay. And I always say, love and marriage is the gift that keeps on giving. It's the gift that keeps on giving, which is why it's hard for a lot of content creators to completely walk away. Because if the truth be told, just like I told you on Saturday, my Saturday morning show, which is the Saturdays for I Said What I Said, it puts a lot of money in a lot of people's pocket, even when you don't like the cast member, even when you don't particularly like the leading lady, but you can't walk away. And I keep it real with y'all. I keep it real with y'all. I let you know what other people won't say. It keeps a lot of money flowing in. So even when people say, I'm going to be done with it, I'm done with it, you see them come right on back. By the time you get to counting up them bills at the mid-month, you say, oh shit, let me go put out some Love and Marriage Huntsville. So in spite of what we say, in spite of how we feel, it gets the bills paid. It gets the job done. And that's what we're here to talk about. But most importantly, we don't skate around nothing in the palace, honey. That's why we came out behind the wall. Palace guards, I need you on duty. Let me see if I got my moderators in the chat. Linda Gamble, are you here? I see you. Uppity, are you here? I see you. Palace guards, come on out. I'm going to need you to work tonight. Any type of disrespect will not be tolerated. I know everybody is standing on guard for who they with. Get crunk. Who you with? And I understand y'all came over here to give us a mouthful, but do so in decency and in order because you just might get a little bit of that work tonight if you come up here with that disrespect. See, we don't do that over here. We don't talk to people crazy over here. We don't call people out of their names over here. So you put in work, you just might get work right back because that's the kind of time I'm on tonight, honey. Because I think y'all doing way too much in these YouTube streets by way of content creating, by way of blogging and we gonna talk about it. Now I'm gonna hold my peace because I'm gonna let y'all get a little bit of my thoughts by on tomorrow when I roll out what I feel. Members first. Members, you're gonna get that. You might get it tonight, okay? You might get it tonight, depending on how long. I don't plan on being here long, in the words of a Baptist preacher. Now we're gonna do something a little bit different tonight. I see all of y'all in the back. I see everybody. I don't want a full panel tonight. I'm gonna bring you up one by one because I want everybody that got something to say to be able to say it without feeling intimidated, without feeling like they got to go up against the panel. Don't come up here with no okey doke and trying to put in work because you'll get work. You see what I'm saying? Be respectful, be strong. We're strong over here. I don't mind you being strong. I'm cool with that. I don't have no problem with that. I'm not that type of content creator that shies away from you disagreeing with me. If you got some good, valid ass points and you said what you said, round of applause to you. But just wipe your foot at the door. I'm gonna bring y'all up one by one. Hold on. I'm feeling it in the chat. Hold on. Let me turn my little plan around because it's blocking my screen. I see everybody. Cinnamon Swirl. Do you want me to bring you up first? Or you want me to hold on to you? Type it in the chat because you were the first one up here, Cinnamon. I'm bringing you all up one by one. You cannot hang out tonight. I got to drop you down. This is something we're doing a little bit different. Okay. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready to get into this Love and Marriage Huntsville? We're talking about it. Melody Shari called out Anthony Lofties. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts when it comes to all things Melody Shari? And she said what she said. Now, normally we do I said what I said segments on Saturday, but she said what she said. Okay. And she said the girl say she been holding it in for a while. She said bad. She kept it cute. She kept it player. But she said God didn't say go. There was a couple of times I almost came out the gate swinging, and I was gonna swing on sight. No questions asked, but God said get back in the house. She says she got back in the house, but tonight God said I'm standing on business. She said the lady says she's standing on business. Cinnamon Swirl, you up first. What are your
Thank
thoughts?
you. Thank you. She said what she said, and I'm glad she finally said it. It needed to be said, it needed to be clear and concise. She broke it down, and for all those who still don't believe that this man does not like her and he's a stalker, I'll give you the middle finger. That's all I got to say.
Damn. Well, you know what? Whoa, you got me with that one. Hold on.
Wow. Wow.
I'm here.
Wow. Wow.
All right. Well, thank you for
Wow.
coming up, Cinnamon. I'm gonna bring up the next person. Feel free to
Okay.
rotate. Okay. All
Good
right,
night.
ma'am.
I'm going to
Good
drop
night.
down. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Tamika, welcome to the stage. What are your thoughts? What's on your mind, Queen?
Oh, I don't want to come in.
What you doing backstage
Oh.
there?
Hey,
No, you
hello, you can
okay.
hear me?
Yeah,
Hi,
we
hi,
can
hello,
hear you.
everyone. Um,
Hey.
I just, I'm happy that she finally spoke up for herself. It's been a long time coming. I was there on her first live when she brought him up, trying to give him, encouraging words to start his, I guess his performance or whatever he was trying to do, and he was really just picking. And again, I support all the content creators, but he was just too much. And everyone, he's getting in with everyone. So I just hope all of you guys can read between the lines and protect your space too when they're, coming in your DMs with information as well. That's all I have to say. Thanks.
Thank you, Tamika. We appreciate you, Queen. All right. Tamika's going to drop down. We're bringing up the next person, Joy. We're going to you. Welcome to the stage, Joy. What's on your mind, Queen? Joy, mic check, 1, 2, 3. Joy, mic check, 1, 2, 3. You might be on mute. So, Joy, click settings. I'm gonna take you off just to go to the next person. You want to click settings, check your audio, and make sure your output is coming from the whatever whatever you want it to come from. Okay, let's go to your device removed. Braylon Lee, welcome to the stage.
Hey, Queen Sheba, a lot going on YouTube, ain't it? Oh Lord.
Yes, yes, indeed. Yes,
I'll
indeed.
DM because I have receipts as well. I will just say this.
Oh,
I've been saying
okay.
this scripture all day. The last shall be first, and the first shall be last. You know, anyone can be a present to entertain, but it takes a somebody to be a gift to bless you. And I was the only male originally over at Anthony's panel, and there were a couple of things that triggered me of, okay, this dude really don't seem open at all. And when he said that his doctors told him not to sing, people were suggesting me as co-host, and then he said he didn't want a co-host. um and I will just say this: I know I am small, but I have come to realize whether you are at 41,000 subscribers like the Queen Sheba, or you are at 1,000 subscribers like myself, anyone can have quantity. It takes somebody to have quality. Love you, Queen Sheba. Love you, chat. See y'all soon.
And we love you too, Braylon. God bless you. Thank you for coming up,
You too,
King.
Queen.
We will see you around the palace gates.
Sounds good.
All right. So Braylon's going to drop down. We're going to give Joy a chance to reconnect her device. Joy is still saying device not connected. Disconnect, come up. Oh, there you go. Hold on. Joy's up next.
Hi,
Welcome to the stage. We
hi.
got you, Queen.
Yay! My apologies, Palace, and thanks again for bringing me up, Queen Sheba. I just wanted to say that I'm glad that Melody did address it. It's really sad that when you try to carry yourself with decency and order, the enemy always tries to come in to take you off your throne. But thank goodness we serve a God above that, like you said, when He has favor over your life, there is nothing that the enemy, there is no watchful spirit, there is no demon, no devil could ever do to stop you in your greatness. So that's all I wanted to say.
We appreciate you coming up and saying, I said what I said. Thank you, Joy. As always, we love you, Queen, and we love to see you bouncing back. By the way, Joy is one of the youngest members in the palace. So we love the Gen X and the millennials showing up. Is it Gen? No, Gen Zs. Gen Zs, y'all. We got them up in here behind the wall. Legacy, mother, daughter team, HR team, corporate team. Baby, we do it big in the palace. But thank you, Joy. We love you as always. And we are so happy to see you up, bouncing, and moving back around like your normal self.
Thank you. Love you, Queen. I'm dropping down.
Okay, all right. Simone Wealthy, let's give you 2 or 3 seconds. You're up next. And after Simone, we see you, Courtney Clark, in the back. We're just rotating and rotating. If you want to come, the link is pinned to the chat. Feel free to come up. You do not have to agree in the palace. We are not that kind of vibe. We are not that kind of vibe. We welcome strong thought leadership over here. You do not have to agree. We don't attack people for disagreeing over here. Let me just clear the air and make that and put out that disclaimer. Simone Wealthy. But before we do, let me just give y'all some time. Let me bring Simone up. Nice, Simone. Let me go ahead and handle my super chats real quick because I want to get to that. They are flowing in. If you have any questions, like I said, the backstage is ramped up. People are coming in. If you have a question you would like for me to answer and or someone that came up as a panelist to answer directly, feel free to drop it by way of the super chat.
All right, Palace, the Super Chat Squad is in the building. We appreciate you, baby. The Super Chats are fire. Get in your bag.
That's a lot of money.
Lambert, we see you, Queen. We love you too. Christine says, love you, Queen. We love you more. How about that? We're going to douse you with love. We love you more. Welcome, new member. Who we got in the building? I ain't got my glasses on. But y'all see who that is. Christine Lambert backed it up, baby. It's a 5-month anniversary. We really appreciate you. And Medina B is bringing up the rear with the new membership. We appreciate you in the palace, and we always take it behind the walls. So we look forward to continuing the conversation with you, Medina B, behind the walls. We also got Yvonne Puckett in the building. She says, it's about time. All right, Queen. We appreciate you with that 10-piece. And we see you, April. Nicole, we thank you for that 10-piece super chat. That's all we got for now. If you have any questions, feel free to use that super chat sticker. And Simone Wealthy, what are your thoughts?
Ooh, honey, she broke it all the way down, and I'm so glad she did. Like she said from the beginning, this is spiritual warfare. I don't care what anyone says. He was sent. He understands what he's doing. He's a very manipulative individual, and this is not his first rodeo. He did everything that she broke down. It was like I already knew that he was doing things like that. He could not hide his manipulative snake ways. So I am so glad she brought it up and let everyone know and be clear. This is who I'm talking about. And obviously most of us already knew. So I'm so glad she made it plain. There's no more guessing game because he's been doing this for months and months and months. And it was just a setup to try to get closer to her. And when he attacked her manager the way that he did. That was
Mhm.
it. That was the beginning and the end of it. So I'm so glad that she's put a nail in this, and it's over. I mean, well, not over. I'm sure he's going to come with his whatever, but I'm so glad she addressed it the way she did, and let us know plain and clear, this is the snake that, well, she didn't say that, that's my words. This is the snake that has been causing so many issues. He's a very manipulative person. So I'm so glad it's out there. There's no more guessing. There's no room to say, oh, no, he's not talking about her. He's always been talking about her. Always. So I'm glad she did a wonderful job breaking it down. I'm glad she brought the receipts, and you know, I'm team Mel all the time. So that's all I had to say, but I'm so glad it was done.
All right. Well, as always, we appreciate you coming out. We appreciate your mature, your beautiful wisdom, your thought leadership, Simone. And we love you, Queen. And
Love
that
you
deserves,
too.
just because you're a constant staple item here in the palace, that deserves a round of applause.
Thank you.
And
I'm
shout
dropping
out.
down.
No problem. Shout out to Peace, Love, and Prayers. You've been a member for 12 months. Damn, we've been riding till the wheels fall off. And we've been quiet, y'all. We got a very quiet membership here in the palace. We don't advertise, we don't push it, but we're powerful. We get shit done behind the wall. It's a lot of love. It's a lot of productivity. It's a lot of effectiveness. And we have a village. Courtney Clark, welcome to the stage.
Thank you, Queen, and hello everyone in the palace.
Hey,
I
Courtney.
just I just wanted to say, at first I was thinking like Mel shouldn't do it. I don't want to she shouldn't give him like the clicks and views that he's looking for because she's already an established person and I feel like he's been trying for so long to get baiting her. But after watching her live, she just does such a classy, nasty read that is just, it was what we needed, what he needed. And I think it was a drop the mic moment. I feel like people should listen to what she's saying. I've said this for months. I've never been a subscriber of his, but I like through other content creators that have mentioned him, I've checked out his platform a couple of times. And I just so happened to catch him that night that he started crying. And I was just so turned off that he was actually up there crying and being so dramatic. And I was like, okay, yeah, I can't come over here. And I just feel like if you are a true supporter of Mel, then support her. I wouldn't even support his rebuttal. I wouldn't support anything else because it's just like enough is enough. How could you especially in your adult life, if you disconnect with people, disconnect in peace and move on. Like it doesn't have to be a constant dragging, especially with someone you have never met, never really connected with. So I just want to say, if you're a real supporter, follow what she's saying because, it's been clear for a while to me the antics that he does. And I just thought she did a real mic drop moment tonight. And, it's really no comeback from that.
Well, it sounds like the people in traffic agree. The people in traffic agree with you, Courtney. They blowing their horns and all that.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
for letting me up, Queen.
Thank you, Courtney. Medina B, we see you as a new member. Welcome. Christine Lambert says, where can I please watch Dr. Melody's video? Y'all, please place it in the chat. I believe it's on her Instagram, Queen. If you are connected on Instagram, you can go there to watch it. And also, Michelle Smith became a member. Thank you, Michelle. We appreciate your membership. Elaine Stevens, a new member for 2 months. Thank you, Queen. We see you. And Denise, aka Pearl. Yes. Welcome. 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 All right. So bringing up to the stage, we got Common Sense.
Hi,
Welcome, Common Sense.
hi, Queen Sheba. How are you doing?
I'm good. How
Um,
are you? Welcome.
I'm doing fine. I'm actually glad that Mel did say something because I kind of started viewing his page because of Mel because he would come onto her lives
Okay.
and so I would go over to his page, right? And then After a minute, I'm like, okay, something's off here. Just discernment was just kicking in. Was like, okay, this ain't, and I just started shying away. And then when he had a problem with Don Michelle, I was like, I don't understand this. Like, we really come up and to try to destroy people, because that's what it started feeling like to me. Anybody and everybody. Boop, pow, 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 just gonna bring them down. And so I'm actually glad that she did come up and say something, and say exactly who it was, because, like, as for me, I started viewing his page because he would come up on her lives all the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Mhm.
like, oh, okay. But I am so glad that she did say that, because I even seen him arguing, or I don't know if it was arguing, I don't know if that's the correct word, but kind of going tussling, I'll say that, with other content creators. And I didn't like that, because I hate to see content creators tussling. And but I am glad that she said something, because it needed to be said. It's always what's in the dark will come to light, and a snake will rear its ugly head, and that had to happen. It just had to happen.
I
So
agree. I
yeah,
agree. Let me ask you this, common sense, before you
yeah,
drop down. Does a
yes.
content creator have a right to change their mind? Let's just say a content creator started off viewing a show, whatever it is, and all of it midway through, they say, you know what? I'm not too keen on this person. Do they have
Hmm.
a right to change their mind?
Absolutely, they do. But as
Okay.
a content creator, even though you change your mind, because you're speaking to so many people, do it in a dignified manner. Because I'm not a content creator, but when Love and Marriage first came on, and I started watching it from the beginning. My younger son went to Alabama State, so I was like, "Oh, okay." And I like Kimmy the first couple of, and I can't stand her or her libido right now. I just can't.
Mhm.
And so, yes, everyone has a right to change their mind, because that's how you get to, you think, when you first meet somebody, hey, and then it starts opening up, you like, oh, okay, whoa, so yes, everybody, content creator, person, anybody, everybody has a right to change their views on what they thought of someone.
Mhm.
So yes, I mean, and I like your channel, because anytime you put down something, is clear. It's just the way you put it down in a dignified manner. You ain't trying to tear nobody down. You speak in facts. You're gonna bring the facts. And you just keep it real, honest, and cute. You know,
Thank you.
it's nothing ugly about it. You know what I'm saying? And some content creators are ugly about it. So
No,
yeah,
no, thank you for sharing. And I wanted to throw that question out there because hell, I be changing my mind. Episode to episode, I'd be like, uh-uh.
yeah.
But
Isn't it like
is
that?
is
I
it
mean,
and I
yeah,
want to play fair, y'all. Is
yeah.
this a situation where Anthony changed his mind? A situation, in your opinion, not mine, where
Mm-hmm,
you feel like, don't answer this. I want people to be thinking about this as you come up. Did
mm-hmm.
he just simply change his mind about how he felt as he began to review the show? Or is this a situation where you feel like maybe as a content creator, he went too far? Think about it. If you want
Mm,
to answer that before you leave, you're more than welcome to do so.
I
If
can
you want to come back, okay, go ahead.
I can answer, because I've already thought about this. I think that it wasn't that he changed his mind. I think it was that he wasn't getting what he wanted. So then he started getting salty with it, because as long as somebody was feeding him, he was on their jock. You know what I'm saying? And then when you could tell when he wasn't getting fed, because every time he was talking about everybody he knows, he was acting like it was people, like he was really saying that he was close with producers on the show, and that people were feeding him information. And I think when people were not feeding him, and the receipts that she put out kind of put the puzzle together of what I was thinking was going on. Because I was like, man, he's reaching, he's reaching, he's reaching. And when she laid out the receipts, it's like, yeah, he was trying to manipulate a situation to get himself, into the fold. It's the highest form of manipulation. People come in on you real good, And then when they see, oh, you're on to me, then you become the enemy.
Okay.
Instead of it's just like I couldn't get her, you know? But I really appreciate you and thank you.
No, we appreciate you for coming up. It's hard to come up and speak in public, so we always appreciate when y'all come up and you find the courage to say, you know what, let me just give it a shot. Bravo Addiction, you're up next. So thank you, Common Sense. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Queen.
Good night.
All right. So before we go to Bravo Addiction, who's up next? Waiting backstage. My question to you as an audience, does it piss you off? Do you feel triggered or do you feel some kind of way when content creators change your mind? I'm trying to be fair. I'm trying to be fair, y'all. Do y'all feel some kind of way when we change our mind? Do you have a problem with content creators changing your mind? Or do you have a problem with blank? Fill in the blank for us so that we know. Bravo Addiction, welcome to the
Hello,
stage.
hello. How
Yes,
are
how are
you?
you?
I'm very well, thank you. I don't have a problem if content creators change their minds. Everybody does. It makes for better, to me, content. I'm all over the place on social media, so I like to hear it all. I have a problem when it gets messy and cruel.
Okay.
Um, and that's what happened. When I heard about Mel's mother being involved, um, the physical threat to her good friend. I'm gonna call her a friend because she's more than a manager, Dawn. Um, Hearing the DMs, I was like, okay, this is too much. This is too much for me. I
Mhm.
think Anthony is absolutely hilarious. I mean, he is so funny. I think that when he is doing other shows, I find him more enjoyable. But when it gets nasty and vindictive, I don't like it. I have never stopped liking Mel. I think that she is an inspiration, especially to other women, especially to Black women. But this right here, I don't know what I was like, okay, what is she saying? I mean, literally, I had to like pause and process everything that she was putting out there. And then I had to rethink to myself, am I supporting that? I'm not going to support that. Nope, I can't. No, I can't support it. So I unsubscribed, I blocked, and I did everything I could. Um, he does have my phone number, y'all. So I don't know how that's going to work out. Because some of the things that he's expressed, and I was concerned about. I was like, if you need to talk, you can talk, and all that. But I, I just am like floored. I'm disappointed, and I just want to behoove everybody to remember that these are people on reality TV, and we are their supporters and fans, but we should not ever think, anybody, content creator, anybody, that we have a right to their personal space just because they're on TV. That's just, it's too much. It's really too much. So that's where I stand on it. It was a huge no, Anthony.
Very well stated. And you know what? I appreciate you for coming up and sharing your thoughts. You do a hell of a job over there on Bravo. I always tell people I'm a Bravo girl, in and out, through and through. It just so happens that I'm at a period and a time point in my life where I don't have a lot of time to cover Bravo, but baby, you keeps me up to date. So if you are
Okay.
a Bravo girl, original Bravo girl like I am, and like Bravo at Addiction, prior to OWN coming on the scene, I'm all things Bravo, even if it means I have to catch up a month or two later. You can subscribe to Bravo Addiction's channel on Instagram. She will keep you updated. Didn't you go to BravoCon?
I did not, because I always see them as separate from my life, and I don't want to go that deep. I
Okay,
really
got it.
don't want to go that deep. I don't want to meet Kenya. I don't want to meet Candy. If we ran to the grocery store, I wouldn't be asking for an autograph. Y'all are good. Thanks for being on my TV. That's basically it.
Gotcha. I love it.
Basically
I
it.
love it. We appreciate you, Queen, and we appreciate you, kind of coming over on our side of the fence to play with us with the OWN network. So we love you. And listen, I love the fact of how you show up with the attitude and the intention of it's enough room for everybody. And you really
There
stand
is.
by that.
There
Yes.
is. But no mess. No mess. And no, I mean, does she need security? Because I'm like, wow, dude, you're doing a lot. You're doing a whole lot. You're doing too much. Way too much.
So, no, awesome job. Bravo. Bravo
Thank
Addiction.
you.
We appreciate you. So y'all go ahead and subscribe and blow her up on Instagram. She does a hell of a job. God bless you, Queen. Journey to Jasmine. You're up next.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, can you hear me?
Journey to Jasmine. Welcome to the stage. Lala, you're up next, and then the review hour.
Cool, cool, cool. I don't have much to say. Um, when Mel quoted that verse from Ephesians 6:12, I mean, really, what all needed, nothing else needed to be said. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood. I mean, honestly, if you don't know, there are people out here who are letting demons use them, and that's just what it is. Because there was, frankly, no reason. The thing is, to answer your question, Queen Sheba, of course, it's okay to change your mind about people. I mean, look how many people changed their mind about Kimmy. I'll give you a perfect example of a content creator um, who did that. I would say Bondi Blue, along with the Ooh Ladies first panel, they were like the first people to interview Kimmy, and like they were raving about Kimmy. Everybody loved Kimmy, this and the third. But as time has gone on, Kimmy, much like Tisha, is becoming insufferable. So, you're allowed to change your mind, but no one's using her for clickbait. And no one's making up things about Kimmy. Like you're literally
Ah, good
using
point.
things, you know.
Well, let me
Whereas
ask
with,
you,
go ahead.
nobody's making up things about Kimmy. What do you feel like is being made up about Melody? Y'all should know I'm
Lord,
coming with the hard
where do
questions
we
now. If you
start on
come
this?
up here, you gotta be ready. I may let you ramble. I may get in there with you and just dialogue a little bit more. When you say
Mm-hmm.
nothing's been made up, and I feel like I can do that. I feel like you are astute enough for me to get in and have a
Oh, go
dialogue
ahead.
with you. When you say nothing's being made up about Kimmy, does
Mm-hmm.
that mean that you feel like, from what you've heard, there's been a little bit of exaggeration? Tell us a little bit more about your thought.
I mean, the particular clickbait where Mel's face was used to talk about Don Michelle, and
Oh, okay.
that was just ridiculous. And then the whole, what would y'all I don't know if I'm saying it verbatim, but what would y'all do if I were to say that um I don't know if he actually said Mel's name or if it was implied, but basically that Mel did something or something stupid, and it was nothing. It's just all these little, look at me, oh, she doesn't want to play with me anymore. Now I have to do these little things, much like Martell, um, to make her look at me. Like, okay, so she addressed you, put your name on it, added you straight up. Now what? I mean, come on, demon, go ahead and flee. Like it's team too much. None of this is necessary. None of this. I mean, you built your channel up good enough where you all this clickbait and stuff. It didn't need to happen.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we appreciate you
Or-
as always. Uh,
Absolutely. Queen.
Jasmine. Thank you, hon. We gonna bring up Lala to the stage all the way from the UK. I don't know what time it is there, but I know it's late. Welcome, Lala.
Hello, Queen. Hi. It's 3:25 in the morning.
You supposed to be in the bed, but go
I
ahead.
know. I'm recovering from this stupid virus that just will not leave. So that's why I'm up so late, taking my medicines and stuff.
What are your thoughts?
I Queen, I think you know this before because you stopped me before on your channel when I said I don't like this man. I never did. I gave him a chance. And one thing that really irritates me is someone that gives you a platform, allows you to come on their live, gives you a platform, and it tells you, like, go for it, start a YouTube channel. Like, you seem like you're great with interviewing and everything, like Melody said. And then to start a channel, use her following, go on so many CC's other channels, content creators channels, use their platform, do all of this stuff, only then to turn your back on the woman that gave you this opportunity. I think that is the most disrespectful thing that he did to her, on top of all the other madness that he's been doing. And he gave to me, and this is just my opinion, he gave stalkerish vibes. He gave that vibe of, I'm going to use this woman till the wheels fall off. I'm going to do everything I can and use her to build my channel, which he did with her followers. And then slowly try to turn her followers against her by coming up with nonsense. And on top of that, saying things like, I'm team show. Like, to me, when you keep mentioning team show, I'm team show, you are trying to say you're not team Melody. And fair enough, you don't have to be team Melody, but you got on
Pause right there. I
YouTube.
want to get the
Okay.
audience when somebody comes, and I want you to keep going, Lala. I just want to make sure that everybody participates with you. When you hear someone say outside of, let's just say any show, and somebody says, "I'm for the show. I am going to strictly review the show." This is for those of you in the chat. Do you feel like that's their way of saying, "I don't really mess with this person"? So that's just a way for me to say I'm team show. Keep going, Lala. And hold on, Miss Pris said, "Lala, you better speak on it." So we got a couple of people that are feeling you. Keep going, Lala.
What I'm saying is, it's okay to be team show. It really is. I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem using somebody to build your channel, build your following, and then switch it up. And it's okay, like you said, you can change your mind about somebody. That is fine. But stand on it. Give the reason why you change your mind. But do not lie on somebody on your show and make it out like she's somebody that she's not. And on top of that, start madness on YouTube, on the YouTube shoot. That's just me. And I stand on that firmly, because I'm sorry, the disrespect has to stop. It has to stop, especially coming from somebody. You use this woman to build your platform, to now, excuse my French, shit on her. That's not on. That is not on. You're just a user. And he built this following like a cult leadership kind of following, where all these pick mishas are listening to him, are dogging other content creators, other people, regular people, listeners out, and dogging Melody out in certain things that he says. You need to pay attention to what people say that they don't really say. There's always something behind. He insinuates things that do not occur. And he does not like that Melody put him in his place. Not once, not twice. Today is the third time I have seen this woman confront him because of the madness that he's been doing. All because he wants the same success as she does. The jealousy is eating him up, and he is a demon. And you can see that he's a demon. And that's just my opinion. And you, as a content creator, you have every right to switch gears, change your content to what you want it to be if you're not riding with somebody. But to act like you're riding with them, use them for clickbait, and then shit on them, it's not on, in my opinion.
All right. I appreciate it, Lala. Thank
Thank
you
you for
for
having me,
coming up.
Queen. I
You know
really
you're supposed
appreciate
to be
you.
asleep. We're gonna send you back to bed and wrap you up tight.
Thank you so much, Queen.
God
Take it
bless you.
easy. God bless
All
you
right,
too.
the review hour, and then Sharon, and then I thought Candace was up here, but she may have dropped down. Jackie, we see you. All right, let's go the review hour. You up next. What are your thoughts?
Yes. Hey, hello, Queen Sheba.
Hey.
Hey, I think the question was, does one have the right to change their mind? Is that what
Or
you have?
whatever you want to talk about.
Okay. Yeah. I just said a few minutes ago on Diana's live. I just think that the show has gotten dark, and as far as that content creator and Melody, she said it best. The lines were crossed. where he obviously may have, based on what she shared with us, that maybe in his mind she was his friend or his, associate. And I think a lot of them, a lot of content creators act that way. And I think that we have to respect the show, that it is a show. It is a show, and we need to report on the content. I think because we're not doing that, uh, that's why we have this darkness attached to the show. And I hope that what Melody shared tonight, that revelation, that maybe this will give the content creators, including him, a chance to start over, to assess what we've done, how we've acted in the past, all of those things, and and just start over on a new slate, because it's never too late, not for him or me or anyone else that may have attached themselves to that darkness. So I just hope and pray that what Melody shared today, it does not only that content creator some good, but all of us.
I love it. I love it. And let me pause just to say welcome. Melody Cherie is in the building. In the building. All the way. All the way from Love and Marriage, Huntsville, Alabama. I'm putting on, but I'm just saying because that's still in the South. But review hour, before I let you go and I move on to Sharon and Candace,
Yes.
do you feel like Melody should have addressed him? Because a lot of people said, stay on your throne. What are you doing coming off to address a content creator? What are your thoughts around that?
I think she should, because it affected her. Now if it's affecting someone else, maybe not, and maybe let them handle that. But when it's affecting her, and she said something tonight that shocked me, when it affected her job, when it affected her mother, then of course she has to address it. I would.
All right. You heard it here first. That's my first time asking that question. We appreciate your honesty. We appreciate your wisdom. Thank you for coming up, Queen.
Thank
Sharon W. You're up next. For those of you that would like to get in where you fit in tonight in this conversation, the chat, the link is in the chat, baby. Now, I'm going to be bold tonight. I'm going to be bold tonight. Melody, I don't know if you up for questions, but I can take 5 questions, 3 questions from a super chat. I don't know if you would answer them or not, but if so, you see the link. Come on up, Queen. Sharon, welcome to the stage. Mic check, you're on mute, Sharon. Take your time, no
I'm
rush.
sorry. Sorry.
All right.
Good evening, Queen Sheba and the
Hey,
audience.
Sharon,
Um,
welcome.
to address that, I think that yes, the content creator over time can change. If the show changed, they can change. I know content creators who did watch Love Marriage Huntsville. When we came back from, let me see, the next for the summer, those things, the content creators I've been watching for a couple of some seasons, they're no longer doing it no more. They get something else doing, you know. Um, I think that she need to address this. I'm glad she did, because I remember the first time when the content creators were acting a fool back and forth. Someone, she was live. Someone came out and said, do you know the content creators are acting up? Do you know they are doing these things?" And she was shocked. So I think that over time she started, she was probably listening, observing, and what happened to her manager. I think that she had to address it, and also think that other content creators who started with Love and Marriage Huntsville or then got on the bandwagon in the 4th season, I think they were doing well. Then they got somebody went into their thing and they lost their sight of the show. And I think that this is the other lady said, this could be a what do you call it, a reboot for the content creators. And I'm hoping they take that as a positive, to reboot the show. They're still watching it. reboot who they really was for. And some of the content creators, they came as their own, had their own, had their own flavor, their own thing, and then they got suckered in to this crazy rumors. You know, I think that in my opinion, and I think I was gonna say the name Anthony. He was doing well. I think that he got too close to call up. It's like Dungeons and Dragons. And you remember those days back in the 80s and 90s? People, young teenagers playing Dungeons and Dragons for fun. Then you get that one person in the group will go left, take it so seriously, take it so to like it's real. And then this is what happened to him, I think. So I'm hoping that he reboot himself. And nothing wrong for a change and he's the show. But when you say you the show, then you can have no favorites. That means you be honest to every character on that show. And you doing a show. And that's all.
Very well said. I always appreciate you sharing. Sharon, I ain't seen you in a while, but that's okay. I know you got things to do. I know you
Hmm.
got things to do, but we always appreciate you pulling up. You probably out here in these YouTube streets frolicking, and frolicking is good,
Yeah.
especially right. But you came back. You came back behind the palace walls, and we appreciate you, Queen. We appreciate you coming up. We got Candace up next, and we got Aunt T up next. So thank you, Sharon, so much. So
Good night.
listen, Melody, sure, you're welcome. Melody Cherie says she's going to answer questions. She'll be happy to take 5 questions. You all, I am going to disperse those questions out. I am going to delegate the questions. So if you have questions, feel free to use that super chat button. That's what I'm going to prioritize first. But first things first, I want to acknowledge those that were kind enough to send in those super chats. We don't ask for them. Thank you for sending it. And with that being said, let's talk.
All right, Palace, the Super Chat Squad is in the building. We appreciate you, baby. The Super Chats are fire. Get in your bag.
That's a lot of money.
Armstrong is in the building, honey. Kendra said, Mel said what needed to be said, and I am glad she did. Thank you, Christine Lambert, for spinning the block, baby, and doubling down on that $5 super chat. Katrina Johnson, thank you as a new member, honey. We will see you behind the wall. Cinnamon Swirl pulled up with the $5. That's a 2-piece and a pepper, honey. Dark and spicy from Popeyes. Thank you, Cinnamon. We love you. Who else came back? Let's see. We got Melita Blunt says, I ain't got a problem. Now hold up. I ain't got a problem with content creators changing your minds. But what I do have a problem is when the content is deceitful and malicious intentionally. In my opinion, Melody pulled up. Melody, this one's for you. Do you feel like you pulled up and you said what you said and you needed to say what you said? Do you feel good with what you said, Melody? That's on Melita Blunt. Is it Melita Blunt or Anita Blunt? I'm just fucking with y'all. But okay, let's go to the next one. All right. Christine Lambert says, love you, Dr. Melody, Cherie, and Queen Sheba. Baby, we love you back. We love you back. Damn, Christine must have just got paid today because she came back with another $5 in a slot machine. And she says, Dr. Melody Cherie, has he apologized to you? Let's start there, Melody. Has he apologized to you? Let me shift you to comments. Let me take those 2. Christine got some money in her pocket, honey. That's who y'all need to be rolling with. Shit, Christine got that money. Hold on. Hold on. Christine just got paid. Melody Cherie, has Anthony Loftus apologized to you? I'm shifting through the chat. Let's see. Melody, I hope you got Twitter fingers and not them Huntsville fingers. We need you to be quick on the responses. That's question number 1. We have a good time over here, y'all. Let's see if Melody Cherie has come up with them Twitter fingers. She might got them nails on. Let's see. Melody MC, what? This your first time ever coming on my panel. I see you in the back chat. Candace is up next. Auntie T is up. Let's see. We're gonna wait on Melody. Guess what? When she responds, I'll go to it, you guys. All right. Let me get back to those super chats. Oh, she answered the first question. Hold on, y'all. It's y'all tearing up these comments. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm scrolling. Somebody say I'm on my ish tonight. Yes. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Melody, you might have to come on up here. Okay. So Melody says the first question, she says, I feel great with everything I said. I didn't move or speak for months. And when it was time, it was time. All right. You heard it here first. I didn't move or speak for months. But when it was time, it was time. Let's go to the next one. And then I'm gonna have to separate these out. Christine wants to know if he apologized to you. Diva, for show. For show, for show. Thank you for that 5-piece, honey. That's a 2-piece and a pepper, dark, spicy. 2 wings. That's what I like, in a strawberry soda water. All right. So Courtney says, I don't have a question, but we standing on business. Yes, we do over here. Waffle House and all that. Okay. Behind the palace walls. We do all of that. Dr. Melody Cherie, did you let go of your makeup artist? Oh, Christine getting down and dirty. Wait, Christine, who is you? Who is you? Because you got a lot of money and a lot of questions, and you just got paid. Hey, Friday night. Uh, 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 uh. Get them right. Welcome to the stage, Candace.
Hey, Queen Sheba, how are you?
I'm good. How are
I'm good.
you?
I'm doing good. And while Melody is on, I love you. You know, I'll be tagging you Melodies from Heaven. That's my new thing for you. We love you here in the state of Texas.
Yes,
Yes,
we rain down
yes,
on you tonight.
yes, yes, yes. So, what I wanted to say is that I think she did the right thing because I've experienced this before. You'll be nice to someone. Well, first off, let me go back before I go there. I think he always knew that when he reached out to someone attached to her, that he had plans on trying to get in her camp, get in her circle. So he was like, okay, like when Dawn came on your show, she explained their timeline. I think his intentions were always to try to get in her camp, get in her inner circle, and get what he could get from her. And then as soon as things went awry, he was going to backstab. Et tu, Brute. Et tu, Brute. I think that was the plan from the get go. I've
Can you
seen
can
him
you
on a couple.
explain to them what at two brute? Because a lot of them didn't have that when they came through school like we did. You must be a Gen X.
Actually, it's 87. It's
Okay, well, go
87.
ahead and let the people know what that
Et
means, because
tu,
some of them
Brute
may not know.
is what Julius Caesar said as all of the senators were stabbing him in his back and his front. And he said, even et tu, Brute means even you, Brutus, because he didn't think Brutus was in on it. And so it's like, et tu, Brute, like, damn, you too? I knew they didn't like me, but I didn't know it would be you. And so my analogy is, in a sense, she already knows some of her more, you know, overt enemies. But now, who are you? Who are you? I don't even know you. Like the woman said, you don't have my number. You really are not attached to me. And so now you're going to try to, poke and prod with members of my inner corner and my inner circle. And as soon as he thought he was in, he had always planned, in my opinion, okay, to backstab once he got what he got. And what he got maybe was to meet more producers, to meet more, famous black celebrities, da 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 da. Who knows what his ultimate intentions were. And so and she's very good of, like she admitted, I'll like a comment and I send her comments all the she'll like it, but she's very guarded. And I understand why she has to be that way, because as she continues to rise, she gonna have to watch who she let in and out of her circle. It's just, it is what it is. And she didn't know him. Then when he pulled up in Huntsville, yeah, that's suspicious. uh, who are you? You know what I mean? You're doing too much. You're a little too thirsty. And I only have, a 24 pack of Ozarka that I just got from Sam's. I don't have a water to fill your whole tank. You feel what I'm saying? So I think she did the right thing to address him. She should be prepared that he'd probably come out with some little ugly statement tomorrow as the counts on YouTube go down because, real millimeters, baby, it's time to take our song, Melodies from Heaven, and move on to the next. Um, and so I think she did the right thing. I just hope and pray that she keeps her team, you know, prayed up and guarded for evil spirits that are going to constantly attack because she is a bright beacon of light and an inspiration. She handled her situation better than most. I probably would be in jail. I'm just being honest. So I like her inspiration. I love that she's an entrepreneur. She's showing that, you can do it, ladies, you can do it. That's what she does for her millimeters. And one thing I'll say for a lot of people who don't like millimeters, we don't fall for all that. Y'all better go read that t-shirt. We're all critical thinkers. And I'm not going to attack everyone that don't like her. If you don't like her, I just choose not to support you. It's nothing, no problem. I wish you well. What did she used to say? God bless you on your journey. God bless you on your journey. But you don't have to be nasty with it. He could just review the show like some of them other folks. They'll review scene per scene, but clickbaiting her and talking bad about the woman for what? Now that just hurt your chance to move up in this entertainment industry, because now the other reality shows are probably gonna remember. Weren't you that one that was acting bad on them YouTube streams? Yeah, he was the one acting bad, girl. Okay, they're not gonna fool with you now. So you done blocked your whole blessing by being a demon. Get thee behind me, Satan. And that's what I have to say.
Oh, no sure it ain't get cure. Okay.
All the way from
No,
Texas, baby.
sure
All
it
the way
ain't
from
get
Texas.
cure.
All the way from Texas, okay?
You know, listen,
Baby, from the Lone
Texas
Star State, all the
girl.
way.
Listen, we're gonna have to induct Jasmine in Journey. She just moved here, but she a Texas girl by
Baby,
trade.
all the way from Texas, we'll give it to him straight. No chaser. Straight, no
Candace,
chaser.
listen, Candace, they better figure it out real quick, right?
Okay? Because I don't have no
You hear
YouTube
me?
thing. You hear me? I don't have no YouTube thing. I'm born in the 80s, okay? I don't, she has to, be a good person. But Candy Pooh, stop
Come
playing with her
on,
like that. Just stop. Leave the woman
come on
alone.
now.
Leave her alone.
Listen,
Let her
you got me
let her do
laughing.
her thing. Stop playing with her. That's all.
You got me laughing. What? Look, I'm sitting here doing what's love got to do with when Jackie said, "No, I'm sure Horde ain't gay cure." I had y'all thinking I was speaking in tongues, baby. That's from a movie. But you know what, Candace, we tore it up tonight. I really appreciate you
Baby.
coming
Because
up and laying
I'm
it
just
down.
saying,
Yeah.
drug behind one of them good old longhorns. And they don't go fast. So it was a long dragging. Don't do that. Because she got family
Amen.
here in Texas. I've never met the woman and I don't need to meet her. I'm just going to support her from afar. That's all. That's all you got to
Amen.
do.
Amen. Well, thank you so much, Candace. Auntie, you're up next. But real quick, Christine, because you spending a lot of money. Christine, Melody says that she did not fire her makeup artist. They have been tight since 2016. He is a loyal employee. They are tight. They're gonna be tight. She got more than one. And that's just what it do, how schedules work and all of that good stuff. And hey, listen, let me tell you something. When your money can afford you more than one, girl, you made it. You made it. You made it. So, Christine, that's what that's about. And it sounds like you made it too. Because, Christine, if I go through, you said you just got paid and you finna shop Jay Boylan and Melody Cherie's new collection. So, yes, she said, Christine says, yes, it's payday queen. I guess I got me some money to buy Melody Cherie outfits from Dr. Melody Cherie and Jay Boylan's collection. Well, listen, you better show us what you got. You better send me those photos because we would love to see it. Auntie, you're up next. Welcome to the stage. What are your thoughts?
Okay, thank you for having me. So
Absolutely.
so first of all, I have no content creator beef. I'm new to the YouTube streets with my channel. So I'm kind of like I feel like I'm like on the outside looking in. I've I've watched several of his videos, and I always knew that there was something there between him and Mel. I just never knew what it was, but I could tell from watching his videos that he wasn't a fan of hers. But I never got from his videos where it seemed to be where he was going out of his way to be vindictive or malice towards her. I didn't get that because if I had, I probably wouldn't watch because I support Mel. I'm not a Melometer per se, but I do support her and I love the way she show up as a Black woman. And I watch Love and Marriage Huntsville. And so I never got that from him. Now, I'm not behind the wall, so I don't know what he does behind the wall. But then I also would listen to his panelists that are on his page, and I never got that from them either. I never got where they were, speaking anything ill will towards her. It always just seems like, when he would cover Love and Marriage Huntsville, he would just kind of, give his opinion about it and say, y'all favorite. I know I kind of caught the shade on that, but other than that, I didn't see anything that was really intense in him feeling like he has like some vendetta, but I knew there was something there. So one of the things that I was thinking that the person that went right before me said, I was thinking the exact same thing. So being on the outside looking in and listening to Melody's live today, I was thinking the exact same thing, that what I'm getting from Melody's receipts is that he was using her from the very beginning to gain his followers, to secure information about the show, to perhaps maybe, jumpstart his career. Maybe he talked about, I think before on his page, about his singing career and him having a contract before. And maybe he was just trying to ping everybody he knew or was trying to get into that circle to try to see if that could perhaps help his career. But one thing I felt like I didn't find out from the live, and I don't know if I just missed part of it, when Melanie started going through her receipts, I didn't understand how Dawn got intertwined with him, because Dawn mentioned when you interviewed her that she was a mentor to him. So I'm confused on, as Melody started to realize that, hey, something's off with him. I would have imagined there was a conversation that happened with Don. How is it that him and Don then ended up getting connected to where now he really is in your circle?
I don't, so I think I can answer a little bit of that just based on what I thought I heard. And if I'm wrong, Melody,
Okay.
Sharif, you still here, feel free to keep me honest. What I thought I heard her say at one point, see, I have those receipts, right? When Dawn came up, I require receipts. Let me tell y'all something. I could come out with a lot, but I don't want to do people like that. I'm not that type of blogger. I could serve you and serve you so much stuff, but I don't want my platform to be that. I got a phone call this weekend on several bloggers, receipts, text messages, but there was one that was missing. And I turned it down because there was one text message missing. Follow me very closely. With that one text message missing, I'm not interested because that one missing link would cause us all to question and dig a little bit deeper. If I can't connect the dots for my viewers, to me, it's not worth the risk. Now, it would have been very sensational. I would have gotten a lot of clicks and views. I would have made a lot of money, but it's not worth it. Putting somebody else's reputation on the line. Does that make sense? If I'm missing one thing, and I say, well, did this person say this? Yeah, they did. Do you have proof? No. Okay. No, thank you. If I can't see it, if I can't share it with my viewers, and I see all of this, but I don't see that, I'm not sharing it. So what Melody Cherie did share is that Anthony. So first of all, Dawn Marie sent me when I reached out to her. I said, hey, listen, I know you guys don't do this on this side, but Dawn, this is the first time that Melody's team has ever been caught up in this. Think about it. I really want to know what's going on, from a YouTube standpoint and content, perspective. At the last minute, she said, you know what? I don't do this. I'll answer a couple of questions and that's it. But I also needed receipts. Y'all, I got so many receipts, but I did not show them. I could have made it really hot and juicy. Dawn didn't. I just said I needed receipts. That's all I told her. So what Melody said today is Melody started reading the receipts. And when she was reading the receipts, I was like, oh shit, that's accurate. Because I remember reading that. I remember reading that. I remember reading that. So when you say, how did they get in touch? Melody read off where he says, hello, I'm a YouTube blogger. Dawn first, and I can get in that. That's my interview. Go on my interview. But based on what Melody shared, he starts to give Dawn an overview of who he is and how he got into YouTube blogging. And that's how the conversation took off. Does that make sense?
So at that point,
Now,
when
I said
that
that's how the
occurred,
conversation took off. To whereas how he and Dawn started a very in-depth dialogue. Pay very close attention to my words. That's how the conversation took off. Go ahead.
so then was that after? So the conversation that Melody presented was started in January, where she started reading off the text message, and I'm assuming she's talking about January. Was that January of this year, or
No,
was
she
it
started
last
with
year?
January for certain things, and then she came back and spun the block. Depending on which, she highlighted some key points that he called out. And she said, okay, for this point, this happened in January. For this point, let's go to June. This is what this meant with Sherry Shepherd. For this point, so she went down and she had bullet points and she gave you a timeline. See, it didn't necessarily mean that everything happened in January. She called out every mention that she had been mentioned on his page. That's what I got from it. Now, if I'm wrong,
Hmm.
y'all correct me in the chat. That's what I thought. I felt like when I was following her, she said, on this date, when you talk about this, here's what really happened. On this day, when you talk about this, let's go back to June, because this is when you mentioned this. It's a whole time frame. It's not in sequential order, but she laid out a time frame. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so then I was trying to figure out, okay, so at what point did him and Don connect? Because she had already started to feel like something's not right with him. So I'm just wondering, at one point, did him and Don connect? Did Don not know that there was that feeling that Melody was having, like something's not right with this guy?
I mean, so you would have to go back and watch my interview. Dawn gave a lot of that information on my page.
Okay, I did see the interview. Yeah, maybe I missed that part.
Yeah, because I think Melody did say at one point she and Dawn didn't even know. Dawn didn't even know Melody that Anthony had been reaching out to Melody because they don't talk every
Oh, okay.
day. They're not best friends. They're managers. You know, like there's a manager and a client. Melody's busy, Don's busy. It's not like who you talk to this. They wouldn't even think to ask that. Melody said that she respond to people, she give heart. She's going about her day-to-day business. So nobody really thought to think about it until all of the drama came where there was, hey, her picture came up on a thumbnail that people were led to believe that he had an issue with Melody, and when it all came down to it, it was actually about his grievance or his gripes, his qualms with Dawn. And I think that's where all of the confusion got started because people were like, oh, I thought it was about Melody because Melody's picture's on it. And then maybe Anthony cleared it up. I don't know. I mean, maybe Anthony cleared it up with his members and said it's actually about Dawn, but the picture, the thumbnail was Melody. So that's where Melody picked up, and maybe her and Dawn began to compare notes because nobody ever knew it was an issue. There was really no beef. I think what Melody was saying from her side and her camp and her people, because that's how they operate. They're professionals. Would nobody think to compare notes because we ain't got no beef.
Yeah, that's true. That makes sense.
So that's all I got. That don't mean I'm right? Because I'm trying to figure it out with y'all. I'm putting two and two together too. But if you go back and listen to my interview with Don, now listen, one of the reasons I did not put out the receipts because it involved a lot of other celebrities. I'm not at liberty to start dropping people's names like that. I know enough and I'm savvy enough to not do that because I ain't got the type of well, even if I did, and I do, I don't want to use my money for no lawsuits. Does that make sense? I got other
Yeah,
shit I need
absolutely.
to do and I want to do for Christmas. So does that help a little bit?
It does. And I would say, and I'm going to end it with this, that I think the same discernment that she had with him, you could see her translate that same discernment with the cast, like one by one by one by one. And it's like when she was reading off the receipt the way she was, I said, now you can see. And I said, I did one video on Love and Marriage Huntsville. And in that video, I said that Melody is is a master at discernment. And today was like the proof is in the pudding. And thank you. I appreciate you letting me up.
Absolutely. Kevin Moore says no. She began with the beginning, the middle, and fed up. And then Melody, it seems like Melody came in and said, no, she did not. She didn't know because she didn't even know he'd been on her live. So that there was no previous connection. So hopefully I answered. Melody MC, you're up next. Welcome. And then Hannah Grace. Melody, what's up,
Hello,
Queen?
thank you so much. I just wanted to say to Melody Cherie, thank you so much because I was dragged through hell and back. I met Anthony Lofty's. Well, he hit me up in the DMs on Instagram February, and he was like, "Are you the Melody Mac that's on the Love and Marriage People content creator? You know, I'm a mod, and I was modding for a lot of people, but I had to step off because I was getting attacked so much. I was getting so much backlash. People calling me a double agent, yada yada yada." So my story began when I brought a cake from Baby Cakes in Nashville, his friend, and I was trying to support his friend. Um, and I left a review because I couldn't get anything done. But Maritha was like, well, I should have done this, I should have done that. No, that still does not give anyone the right to slander someone who had went through what I went through. And a lot of people didn't know that I had my family following this man. And so my mother, not only me, had to relive the great, okay, but my mother was like, what is he saying? And it went to the point where he said, I wanted my father to do those disgusting things to me as a kid. I'm so sorry, Queen Sheba. So I wanted to say to Melody Cherie, thank you for doing this. Thank you for speaking out because I tried to do the best I could. And I was an emotional wreck because as I speak on it, I relive it. And I understand when you say creepy because when he wanted to be on video call, it is weird. It is creepy. And I rejected outings. I rejected him offering for me to travel with him. I rejected a lot. Then I Anthony, the rooftops with his cousins. See, a lot of things people don't know. They do not know. And people thought that the
Well,
cake
let me say, hold
incident.
on, pause. Let me, hold on, Melly. Give me 1 second because I'm not privy to this information. I have to say
Mhm.
all of this is alleged because I did
Yes,
not witness it. But go ahead.
okay. So people assume that the cake stuff ended in May. It did not. I had to sit here and go back and forth with Regions, my bank account. I had to close my bank account, reopen one. Both of my YouTube channels was striped. So I had to start a third one that nobody knows. I can't put my face on it. So today was like a victory for me because so many people did not believe it and so many did, you know. So many people dragged the hell out of me that I had to get out of the love and marriage category because it was that bad. It was that bad. And the thing she was saying, it was hitting home because I knew it was real. He does give off creep vibes. He does not know how to accept rejection. And it's come to a point where I was like, damn, can I get that? Like, you know what I'm saying? When I seen how Martell was treating Melody and we pounced on him, we pounced on him. But when it came to Anthony, he had so many people brainwashed where no one was pouncing that hard on him. And I didn't know how to stand in that moment because it was something so triggering for me. And then to send people in August to say, hey, tell Melody Mac I'm sorry. She was a good friend to me. The cake was bad. I'm like, hell no, you don't get to make me relive somebody taking advantage of me for 12 years and you come back months later and say you're fucking, I'm sorry. Saying you're sorry. My bad for that one. You don't get to do that. So to Melody Cherie and to you too, Queen Sheba, because you've been a blessing. Oh my God. Miss Diagnosis, thank you. Thank y'all so much for doing this because he is a monster and he's not sorry, even if he does say he's sorry. And I'm sorry for reacting this way or breaking down, but it's a reliving moment. And I'm happy right now. It's not sad. I'm happy that someone spoke out. And God, I am begging y'all to believe, please believe her because it's true. And that's all, Queen Sheba.
Well, first of all, let me just remind everybody what we do here in the palace. We are YouTube. We from the outside looking in, we're a YouTube page, but we are a page of healing. We're a page of family. We're a village, and our love extends beyond YouTube. Um, Anybody that comes to us, it don't matter. Anybody that comes to us, we're gonna show you decency. We're gonna show you respect because that's what we adhere to first and foremost. The YouTube shit falls to the ground, and the humanity takes precedence over all things, right? All things. It don't matter. It could be somebody that I don't care for. Half the time, y'all don't know who we care for over here because we keep it player. We keep it love. And even if those people came, we're going to love on them. We're going to feed them. We're going to feed them with the word. We curse and we do all that too. But
Mhm.
we're going to make sure you're fed because when you're fed with the proper nutrients, spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally, then you can make better decisions. A lot of times people respond, all of us, because we don't have the right people around us. We haven't located the right tribe. Oftentimes, when I look at things, including myself, I have to go back and ask myself, what's in your wallet? Like capital one. Who your people? When you was wilding out, who was beside you? Who tapped you on the shoulder? Who said, "Hey, what's up?" Who's afraid of you? Who's not afraid of you? Who ain't afraid to step? And sometimes that call out could be the thing that you need to change your life. So you don't have to apologize over here. You don't have to apologize for tears over here. You don't have to apologize for being strong over here. We're a kingdom for a reason. We have palace walls for a reason. We have palace princes, kings, queens, guards, duchesses, Dutch for a reason because we try to exude love. And the times that I'm not able to, my palace members do, my subscribers do. We all hold each other accountable. It's not a one man show, it's a village, and that's what it takes. And that's what we do over here. So that's why we encourage you to pause because we're not going to run over you to finish when you speak. We're not going to run over you to want to wrap it up when the emotion is raw and real. I started my journey because of Melody Cherie. The love is infectious. Love conquers all. And that's what we do. And we have tough ass conversations. We ain't scared over here. We not no scary ass people over here. We gonna address
Mhm.
it. We gonna get to the bottom of it. We may not be right. We not above an apology. We gonna hear everybody out and we gonna move on. So you ain't never gotta rush over here. It ain't nothing but love. And we
Thank,
appreciate you for coming up. You're
thank
always
you.
welcome. Whether we agree or disagree, you're always welcome.
I'm
Period,
sorry.
point blank. Yeah, that's what we
I'm
do.
sorry. It felt like a victory today.
It
Seriously.
is a
Thank you
victory.
so- Woo! You little bastard. Like,
Come.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Like, y'all just don't know. I was over here like kicking feet in the air, like, get out, baby, get out. Thank you so much. Thank you for letting me up. Thank you. I love
All
you, Queen.
right.
Thank you. I love you, Melody. Thank you.
All right. God bless you. Hannah Grace, you better bring it. Welcome to the stage.
Hello, Queen Sheba and Palace. Hello, Melody Cherie and everyone. I'm gonna say that I witnessed a lot of this from the beginning when I used to see him come up on Melody's Instagram live. He was talking about something about a reality show and a whole lot of different things. So we were excited to go and support him. I was because I thought that, hey, Melody, I see him over on Melody's platform. So I'm assuming he's a millimeter or, a supporter. So, but I think this is a really important thing for us to know to see today because when you have people operating in these spiritual from a spiritual viewpoint of evil, you can't at some point you wish it would go away, but if I notice with people like this, they'll take a step and then they'll get away with that, and then they'll take another step, and before you know it, it's too late, when you should have caught it a long time ago, but we didn't catch it. Because I did see Miss Van on his platform that when she came up and everything, and again, we thought that everything was everything. So, but then we saw, I think, in my opinion, I don't know what happened, I must say, but I will say I started noticing things, but I didn't say anything. I continued to go over on his page, look at his stuff, everything like that. Then I kept seeing stuff, and I'm like, something is not right. I wasn't privileged to it, so I didn't know. But my points that I'm going to make here tonight is spiritual warfare is what is real. You have to have on the whole armor. You have to know when you need to fight, in which, we're always in a battle, but sometimes you don't have to fight every battle. Sometimes you have to go to war. So I'm glad that Melody came on her platform tonight to get everything straight, because if you notice, in my opinion, the millimeters, the content creators, I'm sorry, were really strong, supported each other and everything. And then all of a sudden, people start fighting, arguing, coming up with all of this confusion. Where did it come from? That's the only question that I had. And I didn't, I'm not going to say it all came from one place, but there's something to that. So now maybe once that's out of the way, maybe the content creators would come back together, because I think it was all dealing with egos. Somebody got mad because something didn't happen for them, and they thought, because I support you, you supposed to support me, whatever the situation is. But we have to, I hope that the content creators would come back, especially the millimeters, because this is a really important time for us. But everybody pulling against each other, talking about each other, all of this craziness, where did it come from? And I will say, Melody had me laughing about them teeth, though. And here's the other thing. I had a Bible study today, and it was about watchmen. And this is so important, because sometimes last week, I think something happened to them teeth. So if you look and watch, you'll see God speaking, and you'll know you need to shut up. You need to be quiet. And sometimes people just don't know when to do it. They keep on and on and on. So again, I'm glad that hopefully we can go ahead on and get it back together, report what, on the show. And I don't like this narrative that this show is so toxic. I don't like to look at it. I don't like to report on it, because people learn from this every day. And if you continue to give, you continue to go ahead on and, help from a standpoint of helping someone realize when they're right or when they're wrong or whatever, the commentary is good. So I enjoy, all the content creators. I try to support it, but I cannot support when someone don't, they come in on like they're supporting, and then they get their numbers up, then all of a sudden, I'm not for Melody, I'm for the show. And then they have their own agenda. And I watched a lot of things unfold. And I'm just going to say one more thing, and then I'm going to let it go. One thing that I did notice, and I was thinking that there was something that he had an agenda. And the agenda to me was to promote a certain person so that they would so that try to get somebody to take Melody's place, for lack of a better word, to bring Melody down, to make people look at her in a bad way, or like she did something wrong, because he had an agenda that he was upset about. Again, he probably was upset because, like Don told us, hey, you need to leave that alone. Don't mess. She kept telling him to stay out of stuff, and he got upset about it. So anyway, we don't know. And again, thank you for letting me come up. And I just hope that the content creators continue to support Melody. I'm always over there on her Instagram, always over there buying all of her stuff, because she has great quality products. And I thank her for that, because I love especially well, all of her products, but the new hair product she got out. Oh my goodness, that's
Oh,
a
your hair
smells
done
so
grew,
good.
huh? Like them watermelons in your garden.
There you go. Yes, girl. My hair. Oh my goodness, that is the best hair oil. Now I've tried a lot of stuff, but the smell is so soft. The feel is so silky, and when you put it on your hair, oh, y'all go over there and get it because I got me 2 bottles of it. I need to
I
get some
know
more.
that's right. Go head on over there, and if one of my mods could put the link to the 7th Avenue Beauty and Skin in the chat, we would greatly appreciate it. We got Justice up next. We see Pink Butterflies backstage and Queen Wisdom. But before I do, I kind of feel like I did not answer the previous caller's question about Dawn, and I'm so sorry. Can I remember your name? I don't think Dawn ever knew uh Anthony. She didn't know him personally, and he and him loving the show until after the initial hello and the dialogue was made. If I and please keep me honest, like I said, if anybody knows anything different, please feel
And
free because we not that kind of channel where you can't say something. You know what I'm saying?
let me
I
let me
do
say this.
know that I think Dawn wanted to utilize him for a project, but I think Anthony himself stated that he did not want to work with the other coworkers. Now, this is not about Anthony, what I'm about to say. Now I'm about to insert my 2 cents. One thing I learned a long time ago from a mentor in corporate America is HR 101. Don't ever tell somebody who you can or who you can't work with. That's just what I learned in corporate America. You just put on that face and you say, "Oh, okay, who's all going to be there?" "Oh, okay." And then you go home and you scream at your kitchen table. But uh I don't think there was like a personal relationship, personal between he and Don. I can't really say that. I think that would be very misleading. But I'm gonna go to Justice. Hannah, did you want to say anything before I go on to Justice and Pink
Yeah,
Butterfly?
just one
Uh-huh.
other thing. I think that Melody did tell us earlier that Don wanted to do like a reality. I mean, some kind of something for the content creators, and that's how and she liked him because she said his personality just stood out to her. So but like you said, I don't know if there was a personal, but I do know she liked she was looking at some of the content creators. But thank you so much, Queen Sheba. I love your show, and I love the palace. And everyone, good night, have a great one. Bye-bye.
Absolutely. Thank you. Justice, you are up next. Welcome to the stage.
Hi, Queen. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I am blessed. Thank you. I just want to say that we know now, those of us who didn't have that discernment to see earlier, who he is and what he is. But for those of us who it took a little longer to get the revelation of what we were dealing with, I think we ought to take accountability for that being a personal issue. I think that we are supposed to be able to judge the spirit by the spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And if we have failed in our due diligence and not just fall for what someone tell us or their personal appearance or what they say that feeds our flesh, uh, then that's kind of like our problem because Satan does his job and he's not about to quit. But it's up to us to be able to discern who we're around, who we're interacting with, and God has given us that ability. And all we have to do, if we feel it's lacking, is ask. It says, if any man lack wisdom, let him ask, and I will give it to him liberally. So some of us are not asking for wisdom. Some of us are not letting God be the leader of our lives so that when we come against spiritual beings like that who possess Anthony, he's somebody's child, somebody love him, but spiritually, there's a spirit that's controlling him. And if we can't discern that, we got a problem because he's doing his job: steal, kill, and destroy. Destroy relationships, kill the unity that different content creators have, anything that will hinder his agenda.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he does. So we can't really fault him. We need to Say, Lord, create in me a clean heart and renew a right spirit in me. Because some of us were feeding off of him as he was feeding off of us. Some of us who are still in that closet with him are still feeding off of him as he feeding off of them. As they're stroking his flesh, he's stroking their flesh. And so some things can be prevented if we ourselves are in order. We can't stand up for other women when we can't stand up for ourselves because the blind can't lead the blind. So there's something that we have to do in our own spiritual household so that we are strengthened and discerning that we can recognize the enemy when he comes so that we can, as that Smith, that picture used to be on with Will Robinson, Lost in Space, that robot would holler out, warning, warning, warning. We can't do that if we don't know that there's something to be careful about us, someone who's not having the right spirit. We encourage others. And a lot of people I've heard tonight say, well, I went over there because he was on Mel's channel. So what? Where's your discernment? Why is it that you're trying to live off of Mel's discernment? Where is yours? Just because somebody shows up on Mel, he hasn't got one single dime out of me, period. And I've been over there for 2 or 3 of his little funerals. It was entertaining. It was funny. But I knew the word, cast not your pearls before swine. And I could tell he was swine the moment he said, what if Mel did something? Would you hold her accountable? And it's not the question. I have no problem with the question. It's the fact that you asked the question, but you gave me no reason for why you asked the question. Because everything under the sun, there's a reason. God said there's a purpose for everything under the sun. And if you ask me a question and don't give me the purpose behind the question, evidently this is a secret to you. I knew then. So he never got one dime out of me, period. But we got to check ourselves.
All right.
We are gullible. We're allowing the enemy to walk into our camp. There was so many content creators. This is my first time ever really being on YouTube to talk with content creators and stuff. I never even thought about it. But I found such unity, such joy, such camaraderie, and I loved it. And all of a sudden, it all began to dissipate. Darkness began to take over where there was light. People that had been talking and working together and communicating for months, all of a sudden don't speak to each other anymore. Wherever the spirit of division and confusion is, there sits Satan. And so now, what are we going to do? Just walk away? We can do better than that. The Bible says, same works I do, you do, Queen. And what did he do? He sent his word and he healed their land. There's lost women still there. You free, I'm free. Is that it? There are lost women still there. Send the word. Be loosed in the name of Jesus. And then let God handle it. We can't just walk away and head for our own little private promised land. We got sisters still there. So we can speak a word. We can send a word. And then watch God. That's all I came up here to say, Queen.
Thank you, Queen. We appreciate you. Queen Justice is in the building, y'all. So thank you, Queen. We appreciate you. I think this is your first time on my channel. You're
No, my
always welcome
second time.
back.
My second
Oh,
time.
second. See, I went too far off now.
No,
I went
ma'am. No, ma'am.
God bless you. I hope to see you this Saturday on I Said What I Said Saturday
Okay.
morning.
Yes, ma'am. I will.
Yes, please pull up. See you then.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, God bless you. Queen Wisdom, you're up next. Pink Butterflies. I'm going to hold the floor for you if you want to come up. You waited long and strong. I'll make room for you. Let me put it back in the chat. Pink Butterflies. I'm dropping it in the chat for you. LaDonna says that hold on. LaDonna says I'm still waiting on my Black Friday purchases. I think she has a 14 business day turnaround time. So you haven't entered into the danger zone just yet. LaDonna, it should be arriving soon. I've always got my 7th Avenue Beauty products within a timely manner. So I think you're still within that time frame. Queen, check back in after that 14-day business turnaround time. Queen Wisdom, we got 2
Hey,
minutes.
how are
What's
you?
up before we cut it loose. We're gonna wait on Pink Butterfly, but we can't go long. I gotta get off.
Okay.
What's on your mind?
Okay. Let me say real quick. Queen Justice said it so much elegant than what I can say. It did not take Melody to come on for me to have the discernmentship of what I seen in Anthony, the Melody MC lady who just got off. When I witnessed that, I seen how he went off on her and went off on her for weeks, and I could see the demon and the negative energy coming off the screen. And that's when I unsubscribed to her. And just like the lady said, we have to ask for discernmentship, for wisdom. I'm 54. I asked years ago. And when I asked, God started giving it to me. You don't have to say anything to me. And you come around me, I can feel that negative energy. If I see something on TV, I can feel the negative energy. If I see a movie that's not right, I can see the negative energy that's coming off the movie. So we need to start asking God for discernmentship, for intelligence, for knowledge. We are so caught up in our hair, our cars, how we look, and what people say about us and men. And we so critical of each other. But soon as a man mistreat us, we give them chance after chance after chance. I just wish we come together as women and start defending each other when we see injustice being done to one another. And I just hope Melody MC, I hope she gets strength, because I stand in my strength. I don't let nothing fear me. And I remember him saying, she told me all her darkest secrets, and I'm going to tell everybody. And I was wondering what he talking about, and she just revealed just then. And if he would have came out with that, and women would have stayed looking at his channel after what she confided in him, that's ugly, ugly, ugly.
Damn. Let me tell y'all something. I'm not, as much as people think content creators know everything, we don't. Most of us
Mhm,
be in our own little circle of the world, minding our own content business, to be honest with you. Don't nobody have that much time
mhm,
all day to be watching every YouTube content creator, every video. And to be honest with you, if you send me something, you need to send me a timestamp. Otherwise, I'm gonna give you a nice little red heart and I'm going on about my business. I ain't got time to be listening to all that. You need to give me a timestamp, and most of my people know that, if that makes sense. I remember one time a
mhm,
lady sent me something and I said, "What's the timestamp?" And I remember she rebuked me. And what I mean by rebuking me, she got an attitude with me. She says, "Well, I'm sorry to have bothered you." Well, first of all, you're not my tribe because all my folks know if you send me something, tell me minute 15. Da, 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 so I can get down with the get down, so I can watch it. If you don't send me that, I can't go through 2-3 hours of content. I ain't got that much
mhm.
time. Because if I got 2 or 3 hours to spend on somebody's content, I should be spending it on building my own brand. So you're absolutely right. Queen Wisdom is what I'm trying to say. You're
Mhm.
absolutely like it's a lot, right? But unfortunately, we can't keep up with it, nor do I want to, because a lot of times it's too heavy, too dark. I'd rather pour back into you all. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. And one quick thing, and I'm out of here. What the lady was saying. Melody said that she didn't, Don did not know that he had been in her DMs until something happened, and then that's when they started talking. So she said she loved Don, and they are real, real close because Don was there for her in her darkest moment when she went through the situation with Martell. But she say Don did not know when she was trying to help uh, AL that had been in Melody DMs until something happened with her mom or something, and then that's when they got to talking. Then
Okay.
that's the answer for the lady who was talking about, well, why did Mel this and why did Mel that?
But, well, thank you, Queen. I don't want to cut you off
Okay,
if you're still going, but uh, thank you for coming up tonight.
okay, thank you. Y'all have a good night.
You too, sweetheart. All
Okay.
right, ask that, and then Michelle W, and then we're gonna wrap it up, y'all, and get to these questions. Let's try to keep it to 2 minutes, ladies. Asset, you're up next.
Hey, can you guys hear me? Hello. Hi.
Hey,
Hello.
welcome.
Oh, okay. So,
We
didn't
can
know if
hear
you
you.
guys could hear
Yeah,
me.
there you go.
Okay, great. Well, just good evening to everyone. I just wanted to come up. This is my second time up. I'm very excited. And I just wanted to say that the first time I came up, I had spoken about like how I was watching Anthony, and at first it was lighthearted shade, and that's fine. You could be like, okay, Melody girl, you know you were being a little shady. That's fine and that's cool, right? But then when it started to get darker and things started to get I don't know, like really personal and inappropriate. That's what I had said when I first came up, like, oh, I can't watch this. And I unsubscribed before Melody even said, like, tonight, like, if you support me, you can't support him. And I 1000% believe that. And that's just me cleaning, not me, her cleaning her backyard. I want to know who's for me, who's not for me. And it needed to be said. And she sat back and gave so much grace and so much patience and held her peace until a lot of personal things, mamas get involved, things that aren't happening getting involved. Now you're making it seem like I've done something that has you having a nervous breakdown. And you got people looking at me crazy, like, what are you doing? She had to say something. And then the other thing that I wanted to answer just really quickly, like I wanted to answer the question in reverse when you said, are people allowed, content creators are allowed to change their mind? And I think that's true for everybody. And yes, and I want to say I changed my mind in reverse. When I first started watching the show, I never said I didn't like Melody, but I wasn't keen on her. I was like, I don't know. And I think a lot of it was because she was holding everything together and holding everybody together that I wasn't able to see the real her. And as she got stronger, the folks who enjoy that type of power in a woman gravitated more to her. And the ones that didn't see that she was broken decided, like, oh, okay, well, if she's not going to be broken, let's see if we can break her. So, yeah, you can change your mind because at the beginning, I wasn't a Melody fan, and now I'm just like, all things Melody, and it's great. And you can always change your mind, but oh, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry, I'm outside. But you always, if you're not gonna be for somebody, I always say bless and release. Like, okay, you're not for me. I'm gonna bless you and release you and move on. It doesn't have to be nasty. It doesn't have to be mean. Or I can say, I was wrong about you. I didn't see the real you, and I didn't look through all the struggles that you were going through to see the strength that you were exuding that I maybe couldn't see at first. And now it's totally different. I see you now for the strong person that you are. So it can go in both ways. I can be for you and, or neutral, or be like, fangirling out about Dr. Queen Melody Cherie. And that's all I wanted to say.
All right. Well, you spoke your damn piece. Hey, we hear you. I said, and you could do that in the palace. Hey, when the queen calls for you, you are more than welcome to speak. And I called, and you came a running.
I appreciate being here, and I will see you on the live on Saturday.
All right. And hey, that's Saturdays. I said what I said. That's I
I
said
know.
what I said Saturday.
All right,
No
and I love it.
apologies needed.
All
Yeah.
right.
And we will see you on Saturday. Look,
All
real
right.
quick, y'all. I want to answer this. Somebody put something in the, y'all don't be knowing what y'all talking about sometimes. And I know you don't mean no harm, sweetheart. Somebody said Melody answered your question and you ignored her. First of all, I did not ignore her. Let's get it straight. So the way this thing works as a content creator, it's not like I have an executive assistant sitting to my right, sifting through the questions. I told y'all. See, if you understand me, I don't like to multitask. I like to give you all my undivided attention. Some people multitask. I'm going to tell y'all, be quiet. Let me get to my questions. I don't do that. If I catch it, I catch it. If I don't, I don't. So I did ignore her, but I focus on the people that are up. And my comment section moves so quick, I don't go back to try to miss what has went beyond me. So I'm not ignoring her, sweetheart. I'm in the moment. That's it. I'm in the moment. And she answered it, and I missed it. But choose your words carefully. Y'all be assigning words with negative connotations, and I'm trying to help y'all get better. That's what we do in the palace. Abandon all negativity. I missed her question. I didn't ignore her question. I mean, I missed her response. I didn't ignore it. So that's how we challenge each other over here. Challenge it with positivity, strong words, factual words. Stop saying you ignored her. No, I missed it because I'm working. Just resend it. That's it. Resend it. If you're serious about it, resend it. And welcome to the stage, Michelle W. How are you?
Hello, Queen. How are
Hey,
you? Hi, and everyone in the chat, all the beautiful queens and kings out there. But I just want to be real briefly to say that I'm a 61-year-old G from DC, and I met Anthony. I was introduced to Anthony through Mel's channel. When I went over to Brother Man's channel, when as soon as I clicked the button, he started to snorting and the snickling and all that stuff, and started complaining about his health. I was like, okay, who is this? Who is this big hypochondriac? Right away, I picked up the first spirit. Right as I clicked his channel, I said, this is a spirit here. And I was wondering, do Mel know who this dude is? Because this dude is not for her or any other woman. And when I watched him over and over again, and I backed it up, I never subscribed and I never hit like once, but I watched dude. I knew he hated Mel from the very beginning. And some of the aunties and all of them that's on there too, they don't like her either. And when I started praying, when this came out, the first person I've ever seen come out against him was the sister named Misdiagnosis. And I would say, Father, I am so glad I'm not in this tunnel by myself. Do anyone else see this dude? Anyone else see this dude, what he's trying to do? And then when his stuff started with the other the other content creator, the older lady as
Pause for
well.
1 second. Pause for 1 second, because what we
Sorry.
don't do, Carolyn, let me drop the link, sweetheart, because I believe in confrontation. I'm not one of those. I told you, you put in work, you get work. And you said excuses, excuses. Go ahead and click that link so me and you can go ahead and duke it out in front of everybody. Because what we not going to do is get into a pissing war in the chat. I'm going to win each and every time. But I want to give you an opportunity to flex your fucking muscles on my panel. I told you I'm with the shits tonight. Come on up. Because what you're not going to do is disrespect me in my chat. So come on up. I dropped the link. Be about it. Because I am. Y'all going to learn to quit disrespecting people on their territory. If you're going to start a war, you may want to do it on your territory and not mine. I'm with the shits tonight. I'm so y'all. Come on back, Michelle. I'm so sorry to have interrupted you. I'm so sorry, Michelle. I really apologize. Michelle, I didn't need you to drop down. I want you to come back up. But I need to do that because a lot of you are fucking bullies and you come up and because to you and you feel like you got black women and black men hanging because we don't want to be unprofessional. We don't want to say nothing wrong because you're going to threaten us. I'll unsubscribe. I ain't going to say this and I ain't going to say that. Come on up here. Let me drop the link. Michelle, come on back. This isn't for you. But you want that smoke, so I'm going to give it to you. Ma'am, excuses, excuses. You got the floor. Come on up here. And don't tell me I shouldn't have done it, y'all. We get disrespected. A lot of times you get disrespected a lot because you play nice with these people. It happens all day. They call you out your name. They call you every name in the book. You can't do nothing right. You say something one day, you change your mind. Here they go. Michelle, please come back up. This isn't directed toward you. I'm so sorry. And that's on me, Michelle. But a lot of times, y'all, we get disrespected to the utmost. We get disrespected to the utmost. And a lot of people feel like because you're on social media, I can say what the fuck I want to say to you. No, you can't, not to me. I told you I fight back. I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them. I'm sorry. I'm not. So come on up here because I gave you an answer. And you said excuses, excuses. Well, excuse your ass and click that link and come on up here. Other than that, please leave me alone. Michelle, please come back. She ain't got nothing to say because she would have popped up if she wanted to. So if my mods could go ahead and remove her forever, 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 forever. So she ain't never got to come back over here. Because you're not going to disrespect me or nobody else if you're not willing to come up. I'm not afraid of a strong opinion. Come on up here. If that's what you standing on, I'm okay with that. Absolutely. What's up, girl?
Hi, Queen. How are you?
I'm so sorry. I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. Listen, I enjoy your events because you do it with such grace, but you let people know what it is, and I appreciate it. So thank you so much for speaking your mind.
Absolutely.
So, I'm kind of catching up on everything, but I promise I will catch up before the week is out. But I just want to share that when this person first came on the scene, They were on everyone's platform being a part of their panel. And I would say things in a comment. I would say, hey, this doesn't seem right. It appears that, he's cloud chasing or social climbing and things like that. And several of the content creators really told me to get out there, chat with that they were not on that negativity. And I wasn't being negative. I was only saying that because based on how he would show up on every single live Mel would do, and it was like it wasn't a genuine connection there. It just appeared that it was transactional and for his benefit. But what really turned me away from him was he would always say he's for the show, which we all are. So are you saying we're not? And then when the incident happened with the other young man, I don't want to say his name, who has the other channel, who attacked Mel for no reason. I'll just say it, FD. That's it, FD. When he attacked Melody for no reason, everyone was speaking up and taking up for her. He was on over on De Silva's live that night, and the ladies were dragging him for filth, FD. While AL was on the panel, he hurried up and he said, I gotta go, y'all. But wouldn't that be an opportunity for him to utilize himself as a person of the other community, as well as a supporter or someone just being fair to speak on behalf of Melody? So it was at that point I was hoping that all of the content creators will see that he was an actual problem then before it got this far.
Keep going, Queen. You got the floor. I'm
Oh, yes.
listening. You have our undivided attention.
I don't want to take up too much time,
You're
but
fine.
yeah, and I just pray that we begin to see clearer and see what discernment. Melanie always shows us how those of us who are not trained to look with a discerning eye, that we are seeing now based on everything she's going through. But um I don't have much to say. That was my point. Like, this was all, I don't know if this was their plan, his plan, or who he might be partnered with, but the signs were there very early in the beginning. That's all I wanted to say.
No, and thank you, Queen. Thank you for coming up. We really appreciate you. We appreciate you sharing. The palace is always open, y'all. We not really like that kind of crowd. And there's a lot of content creators that will welcome you, right? Whether you agree or disagree. So I appreciate those of you that have not come up before. I appreciate those of you that come out the bushes. We appreciate those of you that agree and those of you that respectfully disagree. So thank you so much, Queen, for sharing.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for allowing me to come up.
Absolutely. Don Ashwood, you're up next. Carolyn, you got the floor if you want to come up. We going to wait on you. Dawn, how are you?
Hey, Queen Sheba, how you doing? And
Good.
to
How are
all the
you?
ladies in the chat, love y'all. First of all, I've been waiting to say this to you. I'll be in the bushes because I just learned so much from you. Just how the questions to ask and when to be silent and let people speak. And I just wanted to say the interview that you did with Martell, that was a master class. It was iconic, it was epic, it was everything. That was a master class. That interview is legendary. So I just wanted to say a hand clap. I just
Well,
wanted
thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I'm serious. That was a master class because honey, you got it all. I mean, the crumbs were not left off the floor, off the table. You did that. And I just want to say to Black and Brown women, this should be a galvanizing moment for us because it's so much deeper than, that content creator. This is a galvanizing moment to ask yourself, do you really love Black women? Do you really stand for sisterhood? Are you really about fixing somebody's crown? because there is no way that you could sit here as a black woman, as a brown woman, and say that you love us, you love yourself, and still want to follow content creators that never cease to let you know that they are anti black woman, period. There's no way. And this is a galvanizing moment for us.
Amen.
We don't have to all like each other, but there should be some level of love and respect because when I see you, I should see myself. If I hear somebody disrespecting a black woman, I should say something about it if I can or not follow them. Period. We have witnessed this man turn, the content creator community upside down. And if you still follow him, it's kind of like Trump. It's kind of like Trump. If you follow him, it tells me everything I need to know about you. It's as simple as that. And then another thing is, see, like you said, a lot of people think content creators have to take nonsense. Now that person wanted to be disrespectful, but and you're giving them an opportunity. Say what you want to say. Stand on business. Say what you want to say. But you don't want to come up here and say what you want to say. You want to be sassy in the chat because you
Until it comes down to it.
right. Because the reality is they think you're not going to say anything. So I just say this and I'm getting off and I'm going to bed cuz today has been a lot. And shout out to Melody cuz let me tell you something about Scorpios cuz I'm a Scorpio.
Me
A lot of
too.
people okay, so you understand what I'm about to say. A lot of people think we're weak in the sense that not that we let people get away with things, but we like to let people course correct because we give grace. And then a lot of people are probably asking, like, why is it that she's saying something now? Why is it that she's saying something now? Because she was giving that nigga an opportunity to course correct. That's why.
Mm.
And she took it and she took it. You was messing with that girl's mother? You was
Damn.
messing with her mother? People have died for less. You was
Mm.
messing with that girl's mother.
Damn.
You was messing with her mother? For real? So I understand why she said, you know what? I'ma fall back. I'ma fall back. Cause one thing with us, we observe things and we following it in our mental Rolodex. And when it's time to pop out, she popped out. And boy did she pop out. She gave a chronological rundown of everything that happened. And I remember the night that he was on his live and asked that crazy ass question: if Melody did something wrong, would you correct her or whatever? And we all were like, well, what did she do? Like, why would you ask that question and leave it hanging in the air? That's when I was like, all right, let me leave him alone because I can't. You know what I'm saying? Because the content creators that I follow, that they truly are millimeters. And if you're not a millimeter, that's fine. But they're respectful. They not with the nonsense. And
Period.
shout out to
Period.
Miss Justice. Um, she said it very clear. At one point, all the content creators were, rooting for each other on each other's page, giving super stickers, super chats, and then all of a sudden it ceased because he was behind it, just keeping mess. So I'm just saying to black women, enough is enough. Like, there's no way that you could love yourself as a black woman
Hmm. Well, thank you for coming up, Dawn. I wanted to make sure that I did not cut you off, but Jay, Hold on, let me say it right. Jay Taylor is in the building. Dawn Michelle's in the building. Jay Taylor, they say you fine as hell. They say that's what they say. And Dawn, you just preached the house down, honey. They passing down the offering plate for you. So everybody winning tonight, honey. We all gonna sleep peacefully in our bed with the fan on. Can we all agree?
Absolutely.
With the fan
Absolutely.
on.
So I
With the fan on in peace.
love black women. I love y'all. I don't know y'all, but I love y'all. I stand for y'all. I'm always gonna rock for black women. Rock
Period.
for black women because we all we fucking got. Sorry to curse, but we are all we got. Black men come up against us. White women come up against us. White men come up against us. And we still rise. Stand, if you a black woman, you should stand for black women. Yeah, some of us can be trifling. Take that sister to the side and be like, yo, you know you trifling, but I'm gonna try to crimp you along if you want me to.
Well, thank you. Thank you,
So I
Queen.
wanted to say that I am about to go to bed. Today was epic. Shout out to Melody. Girl, you did that. And I'm glad that you exposed that demon. And we just gonna pray for those sisters who to get up out of there. Just get up out of there. He don't like y'all. Period. He don't like y'all. He don't respect y'all. You don't get nothing from him. Just get up out of there. I'm done. I love you, Queen Sheba. You are that chick. You that chick. You
And
that
we
chick.
love you more. We love you more. And y'all better show up for I Said What I Said Saturdays. You hear me? No, unapologetically. Saturdays at 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Y'all, it is a whole mess. When I say we said what we said, y'all, that's unfiltered. Gigi, welcome to the stage. I see you got Gigi's the last one. Gigi, can you wrap it up in 90 seconds or less? Gigi is going to close us out. You can close your camera if you want to, Gigi. I see you. Unless you just want to show your beautiful face. So go on and turn that camera off if you want to. And then I'm gonna bring you on stage. Take your time. Take your time. With the fan on. You want to be on camera, Gigi? Give me a thumbs up if you want to be on camera, because you're on camera right now. Y'all give Gigi time. She back there trying to figure it out, honey. So look at your camera and press your camera icon. Or turn your phone upside down and just leave it. There you go, and just talking to the there you go, talking to the speaker now. Don't turn it up now. Don't say I ain't warn you. You ready? Here we go. GG, welcome to the stage. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. You see, I accidentally put my damn self on camera with my headscarf on. See, that's why I can't fool with y'all. Oh Lord Jesus. Gigi, can you hear us?
I
Hold
can hear
on. Let me
you.
add Gigi. Okay, there we go. There you go, Gigi.
Oh, is that me? You talking to me?
That's you, girl. That's you, girl. You done had me put myself on camera. I
Listen,
got my headscarf on.
listen. All right,
I can't fool
listen.
with y'all.
Listen. If y'all can hear me, my niece has spoken. I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, and that's all.
Okay,
I
that's
was,
all you
I
got?
was, I was a follower, but I saw some stuff getting weird.
Okay.
But I don't listen to nobody. I'm not a mellometer. Let's be clear. I'm not. She's more like family because I feel her spirit in my soul. So it is what it is. It's done. I'm over it. And I want y'all to just continue to do what y'all do because I don't have the time or the energy to go through all of that with everything that's going on. I love y'all, and it is what it is. But my niece has spoken, and that's what it is. When you slay a demon, you slay a demon. That's it. I am of
Listen,
the light.
I know that's right, Gigi. I
I
know
am
that's
of the
right,
light.
Gigi.
I am of the light. I'm telling you, 2005 brought me to the light, and I see light recognize light.
That's
And
right.
sometimes them demons will get in, but you got other people. She's stronger than me. She younger than me too. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. So y'all just have a good night because this has been a whole lot. I went
It
outside.
has been.
Yes, ma'am. I went outside and smoked a cigarette after my corporate job.
At least you don't
On my
smoke in
lunch,
your
I had to
house.
go smoke, yes, but I already had DM Melody, and she said what she said. It is what it is, and I'm done with it. It is what it is. It's just a
Yep.
show, but she has a
Yep.
real life. We don't see nothing but 2 seconds of what goes on in 4 hours. So I'm leaving that alone. It's done.
Amen.
She bought the receipts, and I'm done with it.
Well,
And
good
don't
night,
come for
Gigi.
me unless I send for you.
What? You better twirl on up out of here.
I'm twirling. I'm
You
Kenya.
better
I'm twirling.
twirl.
Good night, y'all. Good
All
night.
right. We love
All
you.
right.
Thank you,
All
Queen.
right. Good night.
All right. So,
All right.
all right. We're going to drop Gigi down. Look, Gigi had me laughing, y'all. Gigi says, is that me? Yes, ma'am. That's you. Gigi done had me turn on my own damn camera by accident. I was in my head trying to help her and then hit the camera button. Y'all done see me with my head scarf on and everything, child. That was an epic fail on my part. I'm looking down at the camera, all that stuff. But anywho, um, this was a hell of a live. This was a hell of a live, and that's what we do, y'all. We get down to the bottom of things. We don't always have to agree, but the good thing about what we do is we massage a conversation. We big enough to show up. Melody's entire team was in the building. Jay Taylor showed up. Don Michelle showed up. Gigi showed up. The Melometer showed up. Anthony's people showed up. A lot of y'all came backstage. You dropped down. I don't know why you didn't stay. We're not gonna hurt you over here. The guards, the palace guards are nice. The palace princes are nice. We got Terrell Singer. We got Kevin Moore. We got all these beautiful people. We not gonna hurt you. We just gonna talk. We don't curse people out. We don't put people in timeout for disagreeing. It's love. We're the palace for a reason. Jay Taylor, they hitting on Jay Taylor. Won't let that man rest in peace. What I mean is in the comment, rest because you know you laying down. You laying down on your profile. That's what I mean. Just sit back. Jay Taylor came over here to see what the hell was going on. You know, to see if he had to defend himself. And y'all talking about how good he looked. Jay said, I'm just over here, honey, to clear my name. They hitting on Jay Taylor from always. Dawn up in the building. Melody Cherie showed up, and that's what it's about, y'all. It's about impact. It's about impact over here, and that's what we do. And we gonna stand united, whether we agree or disagree. I really appreciate all of you pulling up. I appreciate all of your thought leadership. And most of all, I appreciate how all of you ended on a positive in spite of what you felt about who. Hell, sometimes y'all be mad at me, but I'm going to still show up and stand on I said what I said. And I think at the end of the day, the main takeaway is you can say what you say, but keep it respectful. Don't harass people. Don't bully people. Don't lie on folks. Don't do all of that. Keep it player because you never know who's watching. And like we always say in the palace, behave like where you're headed, not where you at. Because you never know. Today is today, tomorrow's tomorrow. But behave like where you're headed. And with that being said, we appreciate you all. We thank you, Melody Cherie, for your time. We thank you for clearing the air. And we thank you for putting a damn name on it. Something that a lot of people are afraid to do. Cut and dry. You got straight down to the point. You came with receipts, undeniable receipts. And you left us with. Ain't nobody got no receipts on me. Ain't nobody done talk to me. There are no receipts. Don't pay for nothing because you will be wasting your money. And with that being said, I hope she saved you a couple of coins that you can use for Christmas. God bless you all. Good night. We will see you on Saturday. I said what I said, 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. God bless you all. Bravo Addiction, thank you for popping up. Tay Talks, Brown Skin Girl, Misdiagnosis is in the building. Who else did I miss? The Review Hour, Cinnamon Swirl, Journey to Jasmine, Melody MC for such a beautiful testament of faith, courage, vulnerability, pain. There's purpose in pain, Queen. Wipe your tears. Get up and stand strong. We got you. We got you. Uppity. Linda Gamble, Pinky the Housewife, Kevin Moore, Terrell Singer, Braylon Lee, Tennessee Girl, Karma Girl, Pamela, Liza Moore, Always Be Cute, Justice, Teresa West, Yvette Lee. Who else we missing? Doran Hill, Scorpio Miss, Dee Brown, Vanessa Jackson. All of you beautiful people. God bless you. God bless you, Patricia T. We will see you on I Said What I Said Saturdays. Inez Martinez, Lisa W., Shirley Ann, Renee Kennard, Tanisha Montana, Joyce Miles is in the building. Joyce be popping up when she feel like it. She one of them kind of students. Joyce pop up when she want to. Cheryl Howard. There's another girl. I forgot her name. Her name is Hill. Tawanda Hill, Quiet Storm, Christine Lambert, Carolyn Wilson, even you. You got scared. We ran you off because you was over here talking a bunch of shit. And we got you right on together. Now you know how we get down. Now you know how we get down over here. We did it respectfully. You tried it. You see how when you be nice to people, they come back and they double down. We double down. So we match energy over here. That's what we do. But God bless you all. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you on Saturday, 10:30 Central Standard Time. Have your coffee ready because we going in. All right, y'all. Good night. Oh, True T, Hannah Grace. Yes, True T. Thank y'all for dropping it. Thank you. All right. Good night, everybody.